What is up, guys? Today is Wednesday, February 5th. I took one trade today, and that was enough for me. But there was a couple of trades you could have taken today. So coming into the market this morning, I came in with a very, very strong bullish bias. And the reason why was because, we are in a very clear uptrend here in the short term. I was looking for price to reject off of this area here. But the thing that I was noting was this 4-hour fair value gap right there, where price was now trading into, and I was expecting some kind of a bounce out of it. We were getting that, and I wanted to see the 10 o'clock candle actually close above a very small 4-hour fair value gap right there. Very, very small. And if we ended up getting a closure above that, and especially over a 1-hour fair value gap that we had as well, then I was going to be very bullish coming into the market. And my target were the relative equal highs that we had right here. I did not expect to go any much higher than that today, honestly. But overall, now the drawn liquidity is going to end up being this 965.75 level. So we could see some kind of retracement down and then back up into this area right here. So like I said, I was looking for that 4-hour to hold us. And then if we ended up getting a closure below this level right here, I was going to change my bias to being bearish, but as you can see, we obviously didn't get that. So like I said, on the 1-hour chart, we did have a 1-hour imbalance right here that I wanted to see price close above, which we got at 10 o'clock. So very good confluences to go long. So I didn't take any of the trades that I saw here around the open. Honestly, here within the first macro, I didn't take anything because we didn't have any kind of bullish setup that I use according to my trading model, which is the 1-minute inversion that aligns with higher time frame order flow. So we didn't get that here, so I obviously didn't take anything there. I marked out the 10 a.m. open just to see how that candle was developing, because obviously if I'm expecting a green 4-hour candle, I want to see price come down below that open, hang out a little bit there, and then displace through the 10 o'clock open to the upside, and then potentially bounce off of it, which is exactly what we got right here. So I did see a setup here. We did get a 1-minute inversion that was created, and price respected that inversion. Now that would have been targeting the high of day here at 10 o'clock, which would have been a nice 1 to 1.7 risk to reward. Like I said, the relative equal highs that we had here was the drawn liquidity. So if I had taken this one right there, because it was in Q4 according to quarterly theory, that would have been a 1 to 4 risk to reward. So really good trade. Obviously I did not take that one. I called that out. There was another re-entry right here that was above the 10 o'clock open, which showed a lot of bullish sentiment. So we got that inversion right there. This would have been a second entry. Targeting the high of day would have been about a 1 to 1.9 because of the stop being so close right there. And that was little to no drawdown on that one. It did take a little bit, chopped around a little bit, but eventually finally hit that high and then retraced back off of that, came back down into this area, and then moved on up. Now, I didn't take anything during this macro here. As you can see, there was no bearish inversion that got invalidated. So I sat on my hands. I waited for it to see if anything showed up, because at this point I was very bullish and I didn't see anything. Now the trade that I did take was this one right here. We got that 1-minute inversion that was created right over here. As soon as this candle closed, you market ordered in, put your stop below that swing low, and it was very high confidence because of the fact that we did bounce off of that 10 o'clock open. So it came back to manipulate one more time below this swing low, then coming on up, invalidating these 1-minute fair value gaps, which showed bullish order flow. And like I said, target those relative equal highs for a nice 2.75 risk to reward. Perfect trade. This was within Q3, so the high probable areas where you could take a setup. It was outside of the macro, which is okay because I interchange between quarterly theory and the macros to take a setup. And so yeah, that was a good setup. The next one that I saw was actually during the PM session macro here from 110 to 340. Price came down, tapped into a higher time frame fair value gap. We got a 1-minute inversion right there, and textbook, you just target the high of day. Of course, here I was targeting a 1 to 2 because obviously this high right there was a Very clean swing high. That was a 1.3, but then if you want to target a 1.2, you could have targeted that swing high right there for a 1.6, but it did hit a 1.2 overall before tapering off. If you wanted to continue holding it, you could have all the way up into this hourly fair value gap that I have marked out right there. If it wanted to continue going higher, that would have been a 1 to 4.59. And as you can see here, it came back and tapped into break even and then just completely launched up into that draw right at the close. So pretty good day, right? There was a lot of good setups. If you had the right bias, and even if you were wrong here, you could have noted on the higher time frames that we were very bullish. If you look at the 15-minute time frame, the overall structure was just up. There was really no point in retracing. The only time it did retrace was during that PM session macro. Like I said, it tapped down into that 15-minute FEG, and then we bounced right out of that. So it was a regular buy day. It just wanted to just run on up, and it's unfortunate that some days it's like that. But on those days, do not short the trend. Absolutely do not short the trend, because you're going to get burnt. I mean, clearly, we wanted to continue moving on up. There was really no point in taking any kind of shorts. I know some people who took shorts and got burnt on it, and that used to happen to me. So please stop fighting the trend. There's no point in fighting the trend. So hopefully you guys ended up green. Today was a great day. We'll see what tomorrow brings, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.